passing of Hugh Hefner. Can I say about Hugh Hefner? At the time that I started reading his magazine, he was already kind of an old man, and he got out of his crazier days. Hugh Hefner was no angel. And there's stuff coming out already. I mean, you do a Google search for Hefner. It talks about him having a dark side and tributes ignore the dark side. Let's take a look here. Founder's dark side. He was a billionaire. Of course he had a dark side. You don't become a billionaire unless you're willing to do something kind of heinous on your way up. YouTubers aren't billionaires. Spoiler alert. He was 91. They talk about playmates that lived there. And Kendra Wilkinson says made him the woman she is today. Well, of course, because nobody knew who you were, so that's what happens. And yeah, the magazine had really dropped lately. And I'll be honest, the reason that I enjoyed Playboy as a young kid was that there wasn't any sex in it, really. Naked girls, but there wasn't any sex. There wasn't really anything in it that I felt like if somebody found it in my room, they'd go, "Oh, what? No." None of that gross, nasty stuff for me. And I'm not saying sex is gross and nasty. Just I don't need to see it. I'm not really a porn guy, so I'm weird that way. But I saw nothing wrong with Playboy because it's just naked girls, and naked girls are fun. I think naked girls are pretty damn cool. And I don't see anything wrong with them. I still don't see anything wrong with them, and to me, I'm one of those people that thinks that a naked woman is less offensive than an image of somebody being beheaded, and the internet tries to tell me that it's the other way around, and the TV tries to tell me it's the other way around, and the news definitely tries to tell me it's the other way around, that nipples are really offensive, and they can destroy society if they get out. Look at Janet Jackson. So, Hugh Hefner was a pioneer, and yet I think sometimes he gets viewed as a feminist, and he really wasn't a feminist. He really had an iron fist over some of these girls, and I think he tried with Kimberly Conrad to settle down and be a good husband, and it just wasn't in his nature. And again, he's a billionaire who made his money off naked women. So Hefner was less of a revolutionary, more of a spectacle, made December relationships. Those who deemed him as a purveyor of smut had long since been sublimated by a sexual revolution Hefner helped release. And it's not really smut. Even the channel. I don't have the channel. I had the channel when I was single. I got bored of it and canceled it. Because in my mind, it made naked women boring, which is just unthinkable, unfathomable, and I'm pretty sure it's unforgivable. So for me, Hefner has this quality where he was important and definitely important 60s, 70s in terms of that revolution. The Hugh Hefner pictures released of Marilyn Monroe were and are still beautiful, and they're works of art. And there were times where I would see a pictorial in the magazine and I'd go, you know what, this is pretty good art. And I would actually show it to people and say, this is actually artful photography. And people would agree with me. And then I looked at more recent years of some of their online stuff and their magazine stuff, and no, that seems to have given way to overly touched up photos. They got away from some of the fake bodies of women, but they've cranked up the contrast on the pictures. It's sort of like Jennifer Aniston in the Aveeno commercials. Holy crap, she looks like an alien. Look good and natural and young. You don't look natural, sweetie. You look like you're an alien. You don't look young. You just look like an alien because they cranked up the contrast. They overexposed it. Whatever they did, they make her look... This is to get the lines out of her face, of course, and make her look younger. And it may be a requirement. I saw a Jennifer Aniston commercial where it wasn't for Aveeno, and her face still looked alien-like, which is too bad because in We're the Millers, she looks damn good. Not for her age. She looks damn good. Whatever. So... with the passing of Hugh Hefner, it's the passing of the last of his kind. We'll never see it again. Because of online adult imagery being as readily available from as many sources as it is, we'll never see it again. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I haven't had a Playboy magazine that I've bought in many, many years, but let me just take a quick look here. One sec. So yeah, I only have a few of them still left in my So there's proof that I've collected it before. I don't think there's anything in here that I can show on screen. I don't think. No. Nope. 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 No. Really, no. Oh, that's Anna Nicole Smith. What a shame. But it's the 90s. Because that's okay, because I graduated high school in 91, so these women are around my age, so it's not bad. I don't have anything of anybody from my current, or the current age of the girl. There's no way. Once I remember the first time I looked at one of those magazines, and I realized when I looked at the bio of the girl in the middle of the magazine, I'm like, this centerfold should have been grade 5 when I graduated. Damn it. And I had to throw it in a corner because there was a dividing line there. And yeah, it's gone now. Though that age is gone. And with Hugh gone, again, people will debate his place in history. He revolutionized everything, and people who revolutionize things are often controversial figures, and they don't have to be morally superior. There's going to be all kinds of stuff that comes out about him that's going to be sleazy and gross, and I'm sure a lot of it's going to be true. I've heard plenty of things about him that I'm like, really? That's kind of nasty, but it's his life, and he was a billionaire, and he created an empire, and it'll tend to go to your head. It does. Look, I know Bill Gates does a lot of magnificent, wonderful things, and he's a great man, but for a lot of people, being a billionaire will corrupt you. Thankfully, Hugh Hefner was never elected a president, so we'll never have to find out what a billionaire president would look like. I'll just take a drink for a second there for no particular reason. Alright, so that's my reaction anyways. I mean, I still have magazines that were published by his company, although I believe his daughter was running it the last number of years. And you can tell that there were always women who had a say in the magazine. So yes, he could be sexist. Yes, he could, and definitely was a party to some rather sleazy things over the years. But in terms of magazines, it's really not that bad. And for people who think that naked women are the most offensive thing, and you got to make sure your kids can't find them or see them, really, there's other things to worry about. Many worse things to worry about than that. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And 91 years is a long time. This is not an instance where we can say, oh, he went so young. He lived a long life. Think about it. He slept with a lot of people. He did a lot of things that people say are bad for you. And he lived a hell of a long time. You know why? Because I think his brain said, all right, body, you're trying to kill me, but there's so much more fun I'm going to have before my time is up. And there's something to be said for that. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.